Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic lesson known classics. This is episode number 2946 and Doubleshot number 2840. Both these two books feature two very popular superheroes. Both of them still have ongoing series right now. One just resumed just like a year ago. This one's had basically a series mostly a lot of the time since the mid 90s. First of which we have Nightwing by Tom Taylor, Volume 5, A Tale of the Titans. Written by Tom Taylor, artwork by Travis Moore, Bruno Vidaldo, and Velisco Gorgov. Now, the opening 4 issues is the best way to describe these 4 issues. It's a backdoor pile into the ongoing Titans series that's publishing right now. Written by, it was by Tom Taylor, but then after, I think it was like 13 issues, he left. Like 13, 16 issues, he left. And another book is written by John Layman. Yep, so basically, the Titans, their previous HQ, which was, they mentioned here, the Titans Academy. You're probably thinking, oh crap, Titans Academy. You mean that school that was part of the one of the most disappointing series in the last few years? Yes. During the events of our crisis, it was destroyed by Deathstroke and his army. So, it is discovered there's a dead body in the basement. They don't know how it got there. Now, they do mention all the students are confirmed to get out, no problem. All the superheroes, no problem. So they go into the basement, discover who the body is, and get this. It's the King of Makovia! I think it is. It's, They also have here with Necron, too, which is interesting to say the least. Oh, it's, King of Valativa. I think it is. Not Geoforce country. I believe this is the country where, Count Vertigo comes from. Yes, I believe so. So, he's found dead in the basement of the ruins of Titan Tower, which is the tower still standing, but it's heavily damaged. And this is before, I think it's just before they open up the new tower they have in Bloodhaven right now. So, they investigate responsible for it. And of course, Wilder's there. This, of course, is leading into, it's not exactly set up at this point for Epsilon Power, but it's let's say, planting his background, but it's not there just yet. So, Wilder's not trusting of them, but Nightwing does mention, oh yeah, I did photograph everything. If you need basically me to give it to you, feel free to call me. So yeah, and apparently the person responsible for killing this king was a shape-shifting demon. Who works for Necron? Yes, he's in the story. Yeah, for some reason, Nightwing deals with a freaking demon in the story. You're thinking, wait a minute. Nightwing deals with street crime. Why he's dealing with supernatural stuff? Who the heck knows? Yeah, it's also in the story that Blockbuster's daughter, who Nightwing had sort of become the guardian of for reasons, it's found out that her father sold her soul Necron. And throughout the story, Nightwing tries to get it back. Also, he gets this alpha that allows him to fly for a little bit. At one point, goes to see Superman, which is really cool. And no, it's not John Kent. No, not John Kent. You think about it, it's not John Kent. Is it Clark? Yep, it's Clark. They go to space, sees it for a while. He comes back to Earth. The power wears off from flying. And basically, he screws up Necron thanks to magic sticks, which was left from the previous story arc. And he's sent back to hell by Raven. Yes, Raven. And Raven tells Blaze that do what you want, the place is yours. And information about, of course, he calls him basically, like, that are Trigon, where she is. He mentions to her, oh, a piece of you is missing. That is set up for Dr. Hate. That's simply what it is. And that's the first 4 issues. By the way, this book contains issues 101 and 105 of Nightwing Volume 3. The first 4 issues was that story. The last story is a POV issue where it's all from Nightwing's perspective. Like, basically, it's like playing a player 1. It's like a first-person perspective of the whole story. As a matter of fact, did you know they actually a whole movie about this? Yes, there was an actual movie that was released that did this. Now, yes, I did in fact enjoy the story here. There are some people who dropped this book purely because basically Tom Taylor wrote Nightwing to be a hypocrite when he criticized Millionaire, decided that he was raised by one. But despite that, I did enjoy this. I give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. I would give it 9.5, but people might be upset with me if I actually do that. But I did enjoy this book here. And in case you're curious, though, there is exactly probably going to be about 2 more trades left for this. I'd say, no, not 2. Because they just released the final issue just recently. So, my guess is, for this run, it's probably about 3 trades left before this run's finally finished. Alright, next up we have is Shazam! Celebration of 75 years. These are various Shazam stories published over the years. We have Wiz Comics number 2 and 21. Captain Marvel Jr. number 12. Captain Marvel Adventures 38-39. Marvel Family number 1. Hoppy the Marvel Bunny. Yes, it's a series of book. Number 6. Captain Marvel Adventures number 137. This is probably just one story, isn't it? And 148. Superman 276. Shazam! The first volume. Issue 1, Issue 2. World's Finest 275. Basically a Shazam story. DC Comics 49. Legion 91 over 31. Power Shazam 1 through 2 and 33. Action Comics 768. JSA number 48. Shazam Monster number 2. And Shazam, the story from that from Justice League Volume 2 number 21. Yep. This is basically now... the first story is done by C.C. Beck. That's Wiz Comic issues. The Captain Marvel issues. A lot of the issues are written by Otto Bender. A lot of the stories are written by him. Basically up until the Captain Marvel issue. And then basically throughout the 70s, it's Elias Miggin and Denny O'Neil, Roy Thomas, and Alan Grant, who does until 1991. Then we have the Power Shazam book, which I love the series, which is Jerry Ordway. For the Power Shazam, which is Joe Kelly, does 768 for X Comics. The JSA issue is done by David Escort and Jeff Johns. The Shazam Monster number 2 is written by Jeff Smith. And the Justice League issue 21 is written by Jeff Johns. Now, issues I'm skipping here. I am skipping issue number 1 for Shazam, the first volume. Purely because basically discussed already in the first trade to collect issues. I think it was Shazam World's Mightiest Mortal, volume 1. I am also skipping the first 2 issues of Power Shazam because it was a trade to collect those issues. 768, discussed already one of my Superman stuff. Jason 48, I think that was part of the whole Prince of Darkness thing. And Just Like 21 because discussed it was a Shazam trade. Now, some of these stories were very important to Captain Marvel's history. Issue number 2 for Captain Wiz Comics. Of course, this one has a writer, Bill Parker. This is the only one of the 2 that actually has a writer. So, this story here is the origin story of Billy Batson and, well, debut Captain Marvel and Dr. Savannah. Yep, that's what's noted about the story. Is the debut of that particular... It's the start of his adventures. I have heard that apparently in the 40s, a number 1 was a curse. Modern day, it's money, 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 money. Because that's how it is nowadays. Wiz Comics 421. What's the boring thing about this issue? This issue here is debut of the Lieutenant Marvels. Yes, a minor concept with this group. Yes, with the Dr. Savannah. Now, as for Captain Marvel Adventures number 18, this issue is noteworthy for the debut of Mary Marvel. Yep, Mary Marvel debuts in this very story. Yeah, it's basically her debut and how she gets her powers. At one point, it's like, oh yeah, you're my sister. And of course, like, kisses him, like, oh yeah. Yeah, and of course, apparently, this is also when Freddie Freeman are being introduced as Captain Marvel Jr. Yeah, they did not put his debut story in here. Well, actually, put a backup. They do a Captain Marvel Jr. issue in here, issue 12. Yeah, this is basically just the debut of Captain Nazi. Yes, a well-known DC villain who occasionally makes appearances. He made an appearance in Just Like American cartoon. Yep, that's the big thing about this issue. Is basically his debut. Yep. In Captain Marvel Adventures number 39, this issue here is noteworthy for debut of reoccurring Captain Marvel villain, Mr. Mind, who still appears today and torments him. In Kingdom Come, he possessed him. And Mr. Mind, in case you're curious, what the heck is Mr. Mind? He's an alien caterpillar who talks with a voice box. Yep. The whole thing is making Monster evil. Now, Marvel Family number 1. This book in particular is debut of one very popular character who still appears this very day. And that character being Black Adam. Yep, that's what this issue is known for. The debut of Black Adam. Where the Marvel Family fight him, they beat him, and then he turns dust. And he's never seen again for 30 years. He does not return until the 1970s in World's Finest. Well, the issue itself is a lot of fun. As for this Happy comic, it's Happy the Marvel Bunny. Not, of course, lively, gay. Of course, it's... There's nothing really noteworthy about this issue, just a story with him. I can't think of anything noteworthy with this one. 137, this actually is... Well, the big thing about this issue is that you have Captain Marvel fighting the 7 Deadly Sins. Not the one TV show. This is the actual statues that come to life in this issue. Which occasionally happens over the years. 148. This issue was noteworthy for being... I think it was like the final issue of Captain Marvel Adventures. It was like battling the world. Afterwards, DC sued Fawcett because that's a super ripoff. Despite that, he really wasn't. And then we have this issue, Superman number 276. What's the big thing related to this issue? It's basically the first ever fight between Captain Marvel and Superman. Except this issue he's called Captain Thunder, which is a name he will use in the Flashpoint timeline. Yes, he was called Captain Thunder. It's basically a recap, and it's a racist backstory. Oh my gosh. Where instead of the power of Shazam, it's basically, or the Wizard is basically a Native American chieftain. Yeah, that's aged very well. And then apparently we have, let's have Captain Thunder fight the Universal Monsters, the Monster League of Evil. Yes. And they fight, and this is actually the first time they ever fought. And then, issue 1, it's basically the reintroduction of the character in the 70s, written by Danny O'Neill. That's the biggest one. And this, Ezra 29, this is the debut of Ibok, who is, I believe, supposed to be Dr. Fon's bodyguard, I believe it is. Yes. Yes, and apparently... It's like, the winner basically marries this old lady, and of course, basically, Captain Ibok is like, nope, don't want to marry this old lady. That's just a joke, and of course, Uncle Marvel's here too. Yeah. But I love this issue, and then of course we have, let's see. In, the Snatching of Billy Batson. This is World's Finest number 275. I believe this was the return of Black Adam. Actually, return of I think it was the Black Adam returning prior to this part of the league. And then we have Superman and Shazam, Captain Marvel team up with Black Adam, which is interesting. I love the story it's done by Roy Thomas. It's amazing. It's a really cool story. I believe this was actually adapted for Superman Captain Marvel movie. Legion Legion number 31. I love Legion. It's amazing. This is the only issue here about Alan Grant. Basically, just this issue, Captain Marvel fights Lobo. I'm like, that's cool. Yep. And it's time the War of the Gods. He just randomly shows up at a bar, fights Lobo in space at a space bar. It's a lot of fun. And then we had the first 2 issues of the Shazam comic, Power Shazam, which I love this comic. I did a review of it a while ago of the first trade. It's absolutely amazing. it's a comic DC should reprint more issues of, because this book was epic. Yes. Probably by... And then we have issue 33, which has this really cool cover. Jerry West will write... He wrote all the issues, but he can't do the artwork. 33 is basically just issue where Captain Marvel deals with a guy with a burned face about basically going back to school. It's a nice issue. 68 for Superman Comics, discussed already, moving on. And JSA 48, discussed already in one of your JSA trades. This one here, Monster of Evil, this is basically part of the miniseries Monster of Evil. It's basically the best way to describe this. It's in this miniseries, it's this world's Captain Marvel meeting Mary Marvel, who's a little girl, and when she transforms, she stays a little girl. And they're here, we're talking. It's a kid version of this book. Yep, and she stays a kid. Does not grow up like her brother does. Nope. But it's a nice issue. Just like we discussed about, this book is awesome. I love this book. I love read more. Captain Marvel is definitely one character I would love to read more of, but I just haven't yet. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's awesome. And that is pretty much it, particular review. And that's pretty much it for videos now. Let's have another video planned. But yeah, that's pretty much it, particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. Well, I'll see you all later if I have the video time. Now, I'll see you all tomorrow for maybe more Comic Corners, maybe Doctor Who, and probably also going to be ReZero. Yep, next video tomorrow, maybe.